What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all know what that means. That means we're gonna have us a good old time tonight. I'm your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette. I do apologize for being a little tardy, but your boy had to do a little business. So let me just say right now, ain't gonna be no live next week. So not gonna be available. Had to handle some business. So no live next week, but we are going to talk about some things right here. We have got what do we have? We've got some Marvel stuff that we definitely have to talk about. We just got a big old slate of all their new MCU shows that are coming out, so we'll check those things out and react to it. We got some Game of Thrones news. And then we got a lot of movies. We got a lot of movie stuff, a lot of movies that are coming out that are in development that we're going to talk about. So we will get to all of that. Let's see who made it out tonight. Oh, by the way, let me give a quick shout out. I see somebody was already hooking your boy up with a little support. Thomas, thank you so much. This is for From. I'll take that as well. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you for the From hookup right there. Thank you for that. And by the way, if y'all not watching From, I don't know what to tell you. You missing out. You are missing out. Let's see. I'm gonna go back up and see who is here. Paulette always coming through. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Minister Crush. Good to see you, my man Derek Gaines. How you doing? Samke, hello. Milan, thank you so much for being here as well. Last of my kin, I see you. Leroy, not Jenkins. What's up, Leroy? Good to see you. Always a pleasure to have Ms. Harper in the building. Thank you so much. 60 plus, appreciate you coming through. Let's see, King Chad is here. What is up? Oh, wait. Today is your birthday, man. Happy birthday to my boy Reese. Congratulations on making it through another solid year. Hopefully, you have a fantastic time, and I hope that you have a wonderful birthday and celebrate with your friends and family, and have a piece of cake for me as well. So, happy birthday to Reese. Jay, how's it going? Thank you so much for being here as well. Mr. Mitchell, what is up? Corey, how you doing? My man Nelson V, good to see you. Treese, good to see you as well. How you doing? T-Ville, what's up? Talented one, appreciate you coming through. Mama J is in the building. Good to see you, ma'am. Tyra, I appreciate you. Ray, what is up? Deborah, thank you so much for making it out. The homie Kiki is back. Good to see you. Theo, appreciate you coming through. Did I see some other faces? Yes, I did. I saw Kristen. Good to see you. Sim, appreciate you coming through. My man Lou is back. Rachel, how you doing? Anna, good to see you as well. There we go. My man Andrew is here. Chris is back. Always a pleasure. And shout out to everyone that has made it out tonight. I will do my best to get through some of these things because, as I mentioned before, your boy's got to handle some business. So, yes, I am very excited. I had just got a quick phone call like right before. That's why I was late, and got to handle that business. But all right, I see Deborah coming through. Hi, E-Man. How is Kobe doing? Hope everyone is doing well. Kobe is cool. Did he have any incidents? He's fine. I don't know. There was just one little weird thing about him. Like, I don't know why he does this, but like he's been throwing up lately. Nothing crazy. I mean, we took him to the vet. He's fine. I think he's throwing up because he's eating too fast. Like he'll just be like, "Oh my god, food!" and just bury his face. So he's been like eating really fast, having gas, and then burping up like all his food, which is weird. But was the strange thing to me about that was every time he wants to throw up. Now, I was always under the impression that when an animal has to pee or poop or whatever or throw up, they don't want to be by that, right? Like it's kind of like, okay, go in a corner somewhere, do that, or go do that outside. This man will literally sit here. Like I was just sitting on the couch and he was just sitting there chilling. And all of a sudden I saw him get up and he started running. I was like, what the heck? I mean, our house is not that big. So I'm like, what the hell is he don't move like that in the house. So he is moving almost like something shocked him and he ran straight to his bed. And I'm like, what is going on? I was like, oh, hell no. Bro, why are you going to your bed to throw up? What is wrong with you? Like, I'd rather you go throw up somewhere in a corner or do something. Why would you go throw up on your bed? I just washed the bed. Man, I had to hurry up, get up, snatch that bed. Because the bed, listen, the bed, I hate having to wash it all the time. It takes a long time. I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? So for whatever reason, he likes to go throw up in his bed, the same bed that he sleeps in. I don't understand it. He's a weird dog. But other than that, Kobe is cool. It's shedding season. So, he sheds like in the fall and in the spring, which is a nightmare for my wife who's allergic to dogs. But, and I'm sure people know about this as well, if you don't deal with the shedding, they stink. Okay. I don't know about if that's other dogs. Kobe stinks when he has to shed all that dead skin, all that dead fur, whatever. It stinks. I've already had to take him to the groomer a couple times. I mean, I bought the little Ferminator, whatever, bro. My man stinks. Okay. And not like he's a cute little dog that's been here for 3 weeks. No, he stinks. So I got to go take him outside and shut him up or de-shut him or whatever. But anyway, that's about it. Nothing crazy. So it is what it is. But thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate you always. Who else we got here? Oh man, we got my man Derek. What you got? E-Man, hello. It's been a while. Yeah, brother. Good to see you always. Have you seen the trailer for The Last of Us Season 2? I hope it follows a different path than the game. What's your email so I can send you the link to catch our live? So I'm not sure if we've watched, did we watch The Last of Us Season 2? I think I saw the teaser for it. I'm not sure. If we've seen it or not, but I get the feeling that we will get a slightly different version of it because so many people have already played the game and know what's going to happen. And I think that you do have to change some of that for TV, maybe, I mean, not gonna spoil it either, but the mere fact that we're getting a season 2 and we know who's gonna be in it, I get the feeling that some things might change. As for your live, feel free to tag me online. I don't really give out the personal information like that out there. I'm not that big with it. So boy, my emails are already filled with stuff. But thank you, brother. I appreciate you so much. All right, let's jump into let's do some quick updates. Some quick updates real fast. You know, I was curious. We had some movies come out, and I just wanted to know how they doing. Just out of curiosity. So I wanted to know about that Venom movie, The Last Dance. I mean, the first one made a lot of money. Second one, not so much. But some people have been saying that this other movie has been pretty good. Now, I didn't like it. You already knew I didn't care for it. If you saw my review. But yeah, let's see what they did. So Venom: The Last Dance earns 22 million in the domestic opening. Okay. That's the lowest opening day of the trilogy. Now tracking to earn 45 to 50 million in domestic opening, underperforming expectations. Y'all had expectations? Let me see where it's at. Let's I just want to see where it's at with the box office. Can I Well, y'all not tracking the numbers? Hmm. Oh, that is pretty sad. Um, hmm, let's see if hold on, just give me a second. I just wanted to see if we could pull this up a little bit. Oh, there it is. It's right there. Um, boom, 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 boom. Uh-oh. Is something going on in the comments? What's going on? You got some problems? Mods here? What's happening? Y'all got this? I don't know what's happening. Hopefully y'all cool. Yeah, so back to Venom though. Um okay. About 180 million dollars. Okay, that's something, right? Hmm. Okay. Well, hey, you know what? Good luck. Good luck. We'll see what happens with that. Now there was another movie, another comic book movie that came out. Um, and that was Joker. So Joker 2. Oh, releases on digital only 3 weeks after the film's release. Oh, and this is the next day. It's already on digital. Oh wow. 3 weeks? And you already on digital? Tell me you don't believe in this movie without telling me that you believe in this movie. God, my goodness. Woo! Man, that's rough. 3 weeks. Did y'all even have that's not even 2 paychecks. You could barely go for a $5 Tuesday to go see Joker 2. Yikes. Now, personally, I would have told y'all there's no need to go see it like that anyway. I don't even know if there's a need to see it on streaming either. But dang, you couldn't even pull a month. Man, that's got to be rough. All right, let's get into some more positive news. Depending on your taste, Jumanji 3, that is still happening, and it's going to release December 11th, 2026. And to my knowledge, all of the original cast, Rock, Kevin Hart, old girl, they're all coming back. Everybody's coming back. Did y'all like Jumanji 1 and 2? There was 2 of them. I don't even remember them. I don't even remember that there was a second one. I really feel like there was only one. Now, I'm still partial to the Robin Williams one. That's the old school one. There were 2. I don't remember the second one at all. But anyway, I mean, I like the first one. It was all right. But yeah, are y'all excited for Jumanji 3? Is this something that you're looking forward to? I could tell y'all this. I'm looking forward to this. Y'all know one of Netflix's biggest shows on their platform is Squid Games. And it looks like even though season 2 is coming for Squid Game, there has been reports and talks before that they would do even more, and it looks like now this is getting more official. But you are going to get an English language Squid Game. That's a TV series that's going to be in the works at Netflix. From what I understand, that might actually take place in America, I think. But I don't care. David Fincher is on this project. You had me at David Fincher. That was all I needed to hear, because I don't know if some of y'all understand. This man's resume is ridiculous. Okay, like besides doing Madonna videos and stuff like that, he did Seven with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. Classic movie, amazing movie. You do yourself a favor. I don't care if it's in 95. You go watch Seven. If you have never seen Seven, don't do no research. Don't Google it. Just find it and watch it. This man has done Seven. He did The Game. That was with Michael Douglas, Sean Penn. He did Fight Club, another classic. All he does is classics. Okay. This man did the game. He did Fight Club. He did Seven. Panic Room. It was cool. It was wasn't his best, but it was cool. Beer Run. We're not gonna talk about that. What else? Zodiac. Zodiac. Oh yes, fantastic. He did Benjamin Button, The Social Network, award winning, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, House of Cards, which is a fantastic show. Now, if they have all that drama and stuff or whatever, but man, that show right there, solid. Also did Gone Girl, one of my personal favorites. Love Gone Girl. Did Mindhunter. I haven't watched it, but I heard it's amazing, even though it did get canceled. I didn't like that. Mank, I didn't watch that. He did some Love, Death, Robots, solid show, and he did The Killer. Not great, but I still liked it. So yes, anything David Fincher wants to do, you have my attention, and I'm here for it because this man literally just does quality work. So if he's doing a Squid Game, I'm incredibly interested in seeing what he does with it, and I definitely want to see how he changes that up, if at all. So y'all let me know how you feel about that. Now, you guys let me know if you've been watching this. I think some of y'all have watched it, but Jack Ryan, starring John Krasinski, he's actually going to do a movie now. There's a movie that is actually going to happen based off of the TV series. And I mean, I've watched the Jack Ryan movies, but I have not watched this TV show. I heard Jack Ryan is really good. I heard that it's really good. Anyone that I've heard talk about it who likes this type of stuff, they do enjoy it and say that it's solid. So the fact that they're getting a movie, I think is pretty cool. Now it's going to theaters. So I'm just wondering, okay, like, is it going to have the same appeal? Now I like John Krasinski. I think the brand is okay. So I don't know if I'd be rushing to go see it. I'm wondering if it's going to be dependent on the show. I hope not. I hope they make it more of like a standalone type of deal. But I like the fact that that they're doing that. I've always been a proponent of TV shows getting movie releases depending on how big they are. But anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about all them quick little updates? Anything stand out to you? Anything that you're really intrigued by or interested in? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right. Let's see. We got more updates. We have a lot of updates, a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, we got one for Martin Lawrence. We recently saw making a nice little comeback with Will Smith and Bad Boys 4, which came back with a really, really good turnover. And we saw with Will Smith that opened up a lot of doors, right? So Will Smith was like, bam, I'm finna go make another Michael Bay movie. We gonna do our thing. But of course, Marty Marr, he got to do his thing too. And what I like is we talked about the fact that he has a prequel TV show coming out about young Martin. So if y'all like the TV show Martin, he's got a prequel coming out for that. So that should be interesting. And I got a video on my channel too to brief you on that if you had no idea about it. But it looks like Marty Marr is coming back with his own little revival too, like something else. And maybe some of y'all might remember this, but y'all remember Blue Streak? Yeah, because my man is coming back with a sequel to the 99 buddy comedy Blue Streak. Cole Maliska, I don't know who that is. They're writing it. Insiders say that this is in early development with no one else really involved. Now, in case this was a little bit older for some of y'all, Blue Streak starred Lawrence and Miles, a jewel thief who tries to retrieve a diamond he left in a police station, whereupon he disguises himself as a detective and gets paired with a real policeman, played by Luke Wilson, to investigate the burglary. So I'm sure, as you can only imagine, shenanigans ensued shortly after. Now, I'll be very honest. I remember watching Blue Streak when it first came out, and I don't remember anything about it after. This I when it first 99 when it came out in 99, I was here for it. It was funny. That was a time when Martin was coming out with stuff, Big Mama's House and Green Knights, the Knight's Tale and all that stuff. Like it was fine. It was cool. Um I don't remember this not that well, not like I could recite any jokes from it or anything like that. And it just kind of brings into question, can this still work? You know, and can it work as a theatrical movie? Um, I think there's nothing wrong with doing one of these revivals if like it goes onto Netflix or if it goes on HBO, if it goes on a streaming. Now it might die quickly. It might die quickly. Look at Coming to America, the sequel didn't really pan out all that well. And that's where my trepidation is. I'm like, I like Marty Marr, but I mean, is the 1999 comedy still going to work 25 years later? Because y'all already know comedy has changed. People are more sensitive, and different things that worked back in the late 90s, early 2000s, they might not fly the same way today. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this, I don't know, maybe this can work. I'm willing to give it a shot. At least I at least need I at least need another I need a trailer. Give me a trailer. If you could show me some funny stuff, I'm in there. I'm in there. So we'll see. But I don't know. You guys let me know. How do you feel about Martin doing a sequel? At least it's not a remake, right? At least it's not a reboot. But how do you feel about him doing a sequel to Blue Streak? Is this something you're interested in? Will you be tuning in? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. Boom, 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 boom. JN, what you got? Denzel turned down 7 before Pitt got the role. Interesting. That is very interesting. Oh, that would have been fire. Oh, if it was Denzel and Morgan Freeman too. Oh, that would have. I mean, the movie is fantastic. And Denzel would have been even better, in my opinion, than Brad Pitt. But man, listen, both of them did whatever they did, whatever an alternate universe where they get the Denzel. I'm sure they loving it, but it is what it is. But that's interesting. I did not know that. Thank you for that. Another one from JN. Krasinski and Wendell Pierce are great in all 3 seasons. I believe it. Those are both great actors. Wendell Pierce has definitely been my favorite ever since The Wire. So that is pretty cool that they are both going to be back in there. Now we got another movie update. I told y'all we got a lot going on. Godzilla. Y'all already know Godzilla Minus One. That has been one of my surprise hit favorite movies. What was that, last year? I want to say it was. That was really solid. Won some awards, definitely was doing some numbers and getting all this attention, especially for having such a low budget. The fact that they had like just tens of millions compared to other studios that will do it for like hundreds of millions, and to still come in and win award after award and get nominated for left and right and just get wonderful reviews, especially for me, was a real triumph. And it was really refreshing. I really like the fact that a movie that you probably underestimate, because I've seen almost all the more modern day Godzilla movies since 99. And I've watched a couple of the old Japanese ones, but this one definitely to me blew a lot of them away. It might be still one of my favorite ones to date. So if you haven't seen what the heck? Oh, if you haven't seen Godzilla Minus One, please do yourself a favor, go see it. I'm sorry that you did not get a chance to see it in theaters, because that is what I saw it in IMAX and I loved every second of it. It was perfect for IMAX. But anyway, we got an update. And it's nothing too crazy, but a new Godzilla movie is coming from the director. That has the studio has greenlit it. It's official now. Takashi Yamazaki, who wrote and directed the first movie, will return for the new film, and he's once again handling the VFX after he won the Academy Award for Best Visual Effects in 2023. So that is fantastic. It does say here it's unclear if the new movie is a direct sequel to Minus One. However, the film did end on a cliffhanger. Now, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who probably still hasn't seen it yet. But yes, if you've seen the ending of Godzilla Minus One, you know why. You know why a sequel could happen. Okay, you know why. But yeah, that right there. Matter of fact, I hope that before they do the sequel, I hope they re-release this into theaters, because I would absolutely go and rewatch this and then go watch the sequel right after. I would totally do that. But there was some questions. Oh man, well, I don't want to get into it with the spoilers, but they left a lot of stuff that they absolutely could do in the second movie if they wanted to. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about a Godzilla Minus One sequel? I mean, would this be minus two? I feel like that's perfect. Just do that. Minus two. And matter of fact, throw in one of his little monster friends in there too. Just one. Don't be going crazy with it. Just throw one more in there at minus two. This needs to be called Godzilla Minus Two. Okay. But anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. What else do we have? Predator. So I've been a pretty big fan of the Predator franchise. I've liked still to this day, the first Predator movie is iconic. That's classic. Get to the chopper. That is my absolute favorite in the whole franchise. And then you have some others. I think Prey might be my second favorite right there. And then you have Predators, where they actually go to the planet and stuff. I did enjoy that. But then you got some fluky ones. Oh, Predator 2. Predator 2 is okay. I need to rewatch it, but it's okay. Shout out to Danny Glover. But then yeah, you had that new Predator movie that before Prey, like with the big giant that was terrible. The one that was directed by Shane Black, that was god awful. It looked like Predator meets Venom. It was stupid. Did not like it. And yeah, and the Alien versus Predator, I don't even think that counts. But overall, I'm a sucker for the franchise. I've been invested for a long time. I'm a sucker for it. And we do know that a sequel, or at least a follow-up, I don't know if it's an exact sequel, but a follow-up from Prey, the Predator Prey movie on Hulu. That one is actually happening. I believe that one is called Badlands. It's either Badlands or Borderlands. Hold on, let's see. But we do have an update here. Badlands, yeah, Predator Badlands. That one is going to star Elle Fanning. But in addition to all of that, you also have another one coming, because the president of Fox let it spill that there's a second Predator film coming out in 2025. So we're getting even more Predator, but it gets even juicier than that, because we got some more sources and they rumors. So take this with a grain of salt, of course. It says multiple sources told IO9 that the secret Predator project is in fact an animated feature. The twist, though, is it's almost an anthology. Telling three separate stories of predators fighting warriors in multiple eras. One is potentially pirates, one is potentially samurai, and there's a third one as well. Okay. So This is not, this is easy. The moment Prey came out and we saw that it was focused on going back in time, seeing the predators go against, indigenous people, the Native Americans and stuff. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, let's see what other stuff they have that they can do, right? And then there was like some chatter online and it did kind of go, viral. A lot of people was like, yeah, we need to do samurais, and I was like, I know that sounds good. I get it. It sounds good. But to me, that just did not add up. Because when you look at, if you watch Predator, you see that the Predator is very aggressive, and I'm sitting here thinking like the style of fighting for a Predator and a samurai does not make sense because samurais have a very strict type of movement. They have a strict type of, just everything. So it's almost like trying to have them fight against a knight, you know. So to me, even though it sounds cool to go back to feudal Japan and all of that, I know it sounds cool, but I already told y'all what works. I told y'all what always works. You sprinkle some ninjas in there. Okay. I made a whole video about this years ago when it came out. You can go look it up. Predator versus ninjas. I already put that theory out there and why it could work. But that to me is the best thing that can happen, because a Predator versus ninjas, you're leaving money on the table if you just don't do that. The samurai, again, I'm just saying, I don't think it's going to look the way people think it will. So I would be very cautious with that. Now, what's interesting is the fact that they mentioned pirates. So I'm like, huh. And I'm mad that the first pirate that came to my mind was Jack Sparrow. I'm sitting here thinking, like, how the hell is Jack Sparrow gonna fight against the Predator? And I'm like, like, because think of it like this. What makes the Predator movies work, what makes any Predator story work, it's a hunter versus prey, and maybe that changes. Maybe the prey becomes the hunter. But when you really look at the crux of what makes a good Predator movie, it's usually about tactics and strategy and who it comes out to be the victor. I don't know how this can work with a pirate. So in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking, if it's a pirate, is the Predator gonna have another ship? Are we gonna have some cannonball fights? Like, is that what we gonna do? Because I don't think that's gonna work. But maybe the Predator comes on a ship, kills a bunch of people on the ship. But like, that's a very close quarters type of movie. I don't know how great that will be. I mean, I don't know. Like that, I don't know if that really works. Now, the difference, I guess, is maybe it starts off in the sea on the boat and they crash land on an island. And now the pirate has to fend for himself on the island. Okay, maybe I can see that. Because the other component that people have to think about with Predator movies is the weapons. It's not just about your strategies, it's also about your weapons and how you use your resources. So I would be curious because a pirate, they do have their little pellet guns or whatever. And they usually have a sword or a knife or blade or something, which going against a Predator, that's not a lot. You talking about a killer machine that's got lasers, bombs, and invisibility, cloaking abilities. I mean, a pirate can grab a stick of TNT, I guess, a little dynamite, but so I don't know. But if you want $1 billion, You go make Predator versus ninjas. Now, if you go watch my video, I already told y'all the samurai leading into ninjas, that would be the perfect way to set it up. Okay. And I don't mind putting this out there because I want to see this. You have a samurai who's stuck by honor, he's stuck by code. He's like, no, I'm gonna fight and do this the right samurai way. And that predator gonna be like, man, I don't care about that. And just, just shoot him up. Just kill him on sight, just like that. And guess what? The I don't know, the apprentice or the young the student of the samurai witnesses the death of his master, and he realizes, oh my goodness, the master and his honor, it don't always work. I need to do some dirty tactics just like that predator. And this should be the origin story of how ninjas come in. This should be it. Because the ninjas, they don't play fair. They don't, and I'm putting this all out there now. The ninjas should be able to steal ideas from the predator. Be like, oh, I see you know how to camouflage. I need to learn how to camouflage too. Oh, I see you use the resources around you. I need to use the resources too. Ninja vanish. Yo, this is $1 billion. This is $1 billion easy. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see if that is anything that they do, because I don't know about the pirates and I don't know about the samurai. It might not be as action-packed as y'all think. I don't know, but I could be wrong. But you guys let me know, what do you think about this new Predator update? Now, the fact that it's animated could work. It will lower expectations, so I think people will be more open to whatever they show us. But y'all let me know, what do you think about the Predator news in the comments down below. Marriage, they robbed us of the Billy fight in the original. Yes, they did. It's not much we could do about that, but yes. Ill, what you got? Post-credit scene, Jack Sparrow arrives with Davy Jones to fight the Predator. Sure, why not? Well, hey, Blackbeard too. Throw them all in there. That's fine. Shoot, if we do an animation, throw Luffy in there too. Go ahead, do the whole One Piece. One Piece versus Predator. Now you have a movie. Now that's where you really got a movie. If you do One Piece and Predator, you win. Deborah, predators can't see without body heat. This is true. They that is part of their arsenal, so they do have to do that. Now the question is going to be, can someone figure that out? Shout out to Dutch, he figured it out, but we'll see if somebody else can. I bet you the ninjas would figure it out. A ninja would absolutely figure that out. Ooh, man, if y'all just go get that money. What else we got? We got Mo TV, Mo movies. Tomb Raider. Let's talk about Tomb Raider real quick. So Tomb Raider has been a very, very popular video game franchise. I mean, I remember playing Tomb Raider on the PC. Okay, on the PC. That's back when Lara Croft had the blockhead. She had the long blockhead with the block. She had some big old lips too, some big old block lips, and she had the triangle boobies. Y'all remember that? She had the triangle boobies because they just had block figures. And it was just so funny because back then people would just be like, ooh, look at Lara. Oh. I'm like, what y'all talking about? She looked like a Lego. What are y'all talking about? But hey, when you young and dumb, hey, you take what you get, I guess, But anyway, so we've had a lot of iterations of Lara. So we recently had there's an animated movie on animated series on Netflix, which I actually liked. It was actually pretty good. And then before that, you kind of had a little remix of the Tomb Raider movie. And I think what really put it on the map was when Angelina Jolie took on that role. Now listen, what nothing block shaped about Angelina Jolie in that movie. That when that came out, boy, I was like, I think I like Tomb Raider games. I think this is a good choice. She probably did the best to date that I know of. She's done it the best. But of course, that's not going to stop the studios from still trying to get this franchise off the ground. So the question though is, who exactly are you going to get to play Laura Croft? I mean, this is a big deal. Like, this is an iconic figure. It's a recognizable figure. You're gonna need somebody to really handle this role, but it looks like we got some contenders. Because Amazon Studios, they're the ones that bought it, and these are your two leading ladies, according to sources. It says here Amazon Studios has assembled a wish list of accomplished young actors for the role of Laura Croft. Sophie Turner, over here, y'all know her, Sansa on the left, from Game of Thrones, and Lucy, was that Boynton, from Bohemian Rhapsody, are poised to test for the part. This is it. These are our choices. What, nobody else? Let's see. They got their little track record here. So obviously, Sophie Turner has, done the whole Game of Thrones thing. Did y'all watch the British drama series Joan? I didn't. She was Jean Grey in the terrible X-Men movies. Now the other girl, Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't even remember who she played. Murder on the Orient Express, I don't remember who she played. The Greatest Hits, didn't even want to watch that. A Cruel Love, I have no idea. Harpo, who are these ladies? Because here's the thing. Sophie Turner has not had the best track record. I know we know her as Sansa. I know we know her as that. But that was the peak. That was the peak. Because ever since she was like, and this has been the case for a lot of people on Game of Thrones. Look at Kit Harington. Did y'all go see Pompeii? Like, doing Game of Thrones is usually the best thing you got on your resume, even though that show ended years ago. Now, it definitely opened up a lot of doors, like the mere fact that she's even being considered, that's because of Game of Thrones. You notice they didn't say, oh, the X-Men star, Sophie Turner. No, they had to go back even further. They were like, nah, Game of Thrones. Remember Game of Thrones? And I don't know who this other lady is. To be honest, I would just say, because I don't know who this other lady is, I would just go with her. If I had to pick between her and Sophie, I would go with her. I would go, what is her name? I already forgot her name. What is it? Lucy. I'd go with Lucy. Just whatever. I mean, these are your, out of all the white girls in Hollywood, this is it. Here's the thing. They did not say, these were the people that auditioned and they just did the best job. Oh, well, like that's not what it said. It said that this was Amazon's wish list. How did they catapult themselves to the top of the list? Just based on what? I have a feeling that if, and I'm not wishing this, but I have a feeling if it is Sophie Turner, this is not going to do well. I'm just going off a track record. I mean, I know that she's British and I know Laura's British or whatever. Like, okay, like I know y'all can find other British white girls. I know y'all can, but whatever. But again, Lucy, she's not a household name. She's not a household recognizable face. I feel like that would be better because people are coming to see Tomb Raider. They're not coming for the actress anyway. Um, the last actress that really brought this, attention was Angelina Jolie, and that was a long time ago. But I don't know. Y'all let me know which one of these girls would you want to see? Do you care about? Who do you think? Maybe, hey, maybe you disagree. Maybe you think, Sophie Turner should do it. I don't know. I see people saying Haley Atwell. I take her. Yeah. Captain Britain or whatever, Captain Carter. Yeah. She voiced Lara Croft in the animated Netflix series. I take her. She'd be better. Now she doesn't look as young as they probably want Lara Croft to look. I would not care. I'd take her over these two immediately. Anyway, guys, let me know, what do you think in the comments down below. What? The negatives on the best way to beat a predator is with baby oil. How does that, why does that even make sense? How? What? Thank you, I think. Sasha looks more like Laura than Sophie does. She does. Yeah, Sophie has a very distinctive looking face. She's very recognizable at this point, especially because of Game of Thrones, and we grew up looking at her. Yeah, she does. So I'm just saying, like, y'all could find somebody else. Like, I refuse to believe that this is the top of their list. Like, are y'all just not looking? Like, what's happening? I don't believe it. What are we talking about? Okay, let's talk about him. Tom Cruise. So Tom Cruise is probably one of a handful of remaining movie stars, right? Like, he is one of those guys along the lines of Denzel, The Rock, who else is a movie star? Denzel, The Rock, Will Smith. It's not a lot. There's not a lot of movie stars out there left, but Tom Cruise is definitely one of them. This is the guy who, out of nowhere saved the movie industry, or movie theaters with the Top Gun Maverick, which was really good. Top Gun Maverick was really good. I wasn't even a fan of Top Gun like that, but Top Gun Maverick came back and it blew me away. So he did a fantastic job. He got $1 billion. And for something, he kind of proved that, like, yeah, you could take something really old and still make it really great, even for modern day times. And this was also during COVID. So he did a really good job with that. It looks like, though, even with Top Gun, even with the Mission Impossible series, which the last one, I actually liked it, but it looks like a lot of people didn't watch it for some reason. I don't know why. But it looks like he want to do it again. He wants to strike oil again and strike lightning twice by trying to revive another old movie. And this time it is Days of Thunder. It says Tom Cruise is looking to make a sequel to another of his action classics, and it's Days of Thunder. Now, just so you know, Thunder wasn't considered a box office hit when it came out, and the film received mixed to negative reviews from critics, but having revived and modernized the 84 Top Gun with 2022's Top Gun Maverick, the actor believes he can work similar magic with his racing drama. I will be honest. I have not seen this movie, Days of Thunder. Um, I am not a big race car movie fan like that. It's not really something that gets me going. I mean, if a sequel comes out, I'll watch this just so I can have context. Because I hadn't seen Top Gun until Maverick came out, and then I went and watched it. I'm seeing people saying don't watch it. Yikes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Days of Thunder was good for some. I mean, it did say that it had mixed reactions. But yeah, I was not attracted to it. I wasn't drawn to it. So I had no real desire to watch it. But um I did I do believe in Tom Cruise. The guy, I would have been sitting here saying the same thing about Top Gun. You know, if you told me, hey, he wants to do Top Gun 30 years later, I would have been like, man, I don't know, but I mean, it's kind of like, bro, you've kind of earned the right to do this stuff and take these risks. So I I can't even doubt this man. Like now I'm just curious. Like, so I don't know the story, I don't know the background or nothing. I don't know how a sequel could work. But sure, if the man wants to do it, why not? It says here, and this is according to an insider, he's talking to Paramount about Top Gun and Days of Thunder, says the studio insider. It's going to be what comes together first in terms of a script. It depends on the idea and ultimately the script. So they don't even have a script together. So this is all in the sky. Maybe it's happening, maybe it's not. But of course, you definitely need a script. Now, one other little twist. Paramount has been interested in promoting MI8, the next Mission Impossible movie, as the final entry in the action franchise as a way to kind of be a marketing boost. That's going to get people interested. But Tom Cruise has been against saying goodbye to the public or to Ethan Hunt. So that's kind of interesting to me because, you know, this is the same guy who seems to have a decent grasp on what people want to see in theaters. Now I'll tell you this, I have a love-hate relationship with the Mission Impossible franchise. I remember watching the TV show when I was a kid. I didn't understand a damn thing that was happening. All I knew was that a message was going to blow up after 5 seconds or whatever of somebody getting it. That's all I knew. And I knew the theme song. Dum 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 dum. That was all I knew as a kid. I didn't know what was happening in the show. But the movies, oh my gosh, the movies are action packed. They're fantastic. Don't ask me about what's happening with who and who's married to what and who died. I don't know. They jam pack every single movie with so much random stuff. I feel like it's almost like Chinese food, right? You go, you have a craving for it, you eat it, you're full, and then 30 minutes later, you're like, I think I'm hungry again. Like it's in and out. It's in and out. I feel the same way with the James Bond movies, and of course, you already know my man's gonna be doing some running. If Tom Cruise gonna do anything in a Mission Impossible movie, you gonna see this man run like nobody's ever run before. Then running, just run. So I don't blame him because the man can still do these movies. Like I said, he just did the last one. He's like, I think he's 62. I think he's 62 years old. Now, I know we say black don't crack, and he's not black. But you know what? Whatever is holding him together, doing a pretty good job. My man is still well preserved. He can still do some things that people in his age range cannot do in Hollywood. So I also would not say goodbye to the character or to the franchise. Um, but I get it. I understand because Paramount is they're probably looking at the last movie. The last movie did not do very well. It did underperform. So for them, they're like, ugh. They're looking at the dollars. Studios always look at the dollars. And they're like, man, them dollars are going downhill. We need to go out with a bang. We got to go out with a bang. And the best way to do that is to say, this is the last ride. Now, that doesn't always work for certain people, but it might actually get some interest going. It might. So I fully support Tom Cruise at this point. The man knows what he wants to do. He's been proven right. If he wants to do this thing till he's 70, if he can still do it, let him do it. If people are still going in to watch, let them watch. So I'm cool with this. Y'all let me know, though. How do you feel about a Days of Thunder sequel? How do you feel about Tom Cruise coming back doing that and not saying goodbye to the Mission Impossible? Should he hang it up? Should he keep going? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments. I thought this was interesting. Gladiator. So I can't wait for Gladiator. Oh, I think I see that. I see it next week. I see it soon. I need to check the calendar to see when. But yeah, I do get to see Gladiator soon. I've been looking forward to it. I've heard very, very good things about it. So I'm definitely there to go check that out. But apparently there's been some controversy, and I didn't even know this was a thing. But there's been some controversy about Gladiator 2, and some people are calling BS. So let's get to it. Why does this keep doing that? There we go. A historian is calling Gladiator 2 total Hollywood BS, saying that rhinos in the Colosseum were not the same breed as they are in the film. And the scene includes a newspaper and cafe, but the printing press would not have been invented until 1,200 years later. It's not accurate. Y'all got the wrong rhinos. Who is this historian? Sir, ma'am, whoever you are. I'm not going to no Gladiator movie for historical accuracy. Are you crazy? First of all, I'm really only going because of Denzel. I wasn't even interested in a sequel to Gladiator until I heard Denzel was going to be in it. That is why I'm going. I don't give a damn if they got a whole Starbucks in the Coliseum. I'm watching this thing. I don't care. What? You really think people finna go watch this action flick and be like, oh, well, they really have to have the wide nose rhino and not the thinner nose rhino because the others, nobody cares. Nobody cares. What are you talking about? Why did they write this article? Who bothered to give this person the time of day to write this up? Like, seriously. This is not a biopic. It is not a documentary. I just want to see a black man hire a gladiator to overtake the throne. That's it. Hey, let me listen. If they threw dinosaurs in there, I'm still going to be like, oh, you see that T-Rex? Man, that's crazy. Dang, they got a raptor in there too? I don't care. I'm here for the entertainment. Not one person was looking at this and trying to go write a history paper on this. Please go away. Let us be entertained. Like, this is I feel like whoever this historian is the same person when you be in class and they be like, "Excuse me, you forgot to tell us the homework assignment. Excuse me, I think we should have a pop quiz. Excuse me, can we have more homework?" Shut up, Timmy. Shut up. Go sit in the corner somewhere. I'm like talking to you. I'm trying to go home. I want to go watch Power Rangers and wrestling. You over here talking about some homework and pop quizzes. Shut up. Anyway, how do y'all feel about Gladiator 2 possibly not being all that historically accurate? Does this throw you off? Does this ruin your day? Are you ripping up your movie tickets because the rhinos are not accurate? Is this a problem for you? Because people are going to be ordering their coffees and reading their their newspapers. Is this going to kill your motivation to watch the movie? Please let me know in the comments down below. It's just, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. Let's move over from one Ridley Scott movie to another. So we've talked about Alien. I already told y'all, big fan of the franchise, love the Alien franchise. Excuse me. And Alien Romulus, I had a very good time with that. I really enjoyed Alien Romulus. Fede Alvarez, I thought he did a really, really good job with it. Paying homage to the old stuff, kind of giving us some new stuff. And we talked about last week how Alvarez is actually in talks to direct a sequel to Alien Romulus. Here's a funny thing, because I was talking with one of my guys about, like, what could you do with an Alien Romulus sequel, right? And listen, throwing these out there, feel free to catch them if you want. First of all, damn near the formula for every Alien movie, you got a female protagonist. You might have an android. Maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. And after they beat the alien, they are stuck in space. They just out there floating in space. The video game, same thing. Alien 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same thing. I mean, maybe they die and a clone comes around, whatever. You got a female, an android, space, and an alien. That's it. That is the basic formula. Give me all these females that are floating around in space. Have them meet up. I want to see them meet up because, I don't know, maybe they're in their hyper chamber cryo system, whatever, and they just wake up 100 years, 1,000 years, whatever. They wake up in the future, whatever. What we do know is Ripley's daughter is out there somewhere, floating in the air, in space. Kaylee Spaney's character in the last Romulus, they're out there somewhere. We also know that Sigourney Weaver's clone, I think this was from Alien 4, she's out there, just out there in space. And I think y'all should bring Sigourney Weaver back. And what I would love to see if you bring all these women together and they be like, wait a minute, you saw a black alien? Hold on, you saw a black alien? Hold on, you the clone of the woman that saw the black alien and you fought a black alien? Hey, yo, you know what? I'm sick of these black aliens. Let's go find them and kill them, right? Maybe they don't say that, but I think it'd be kind of cool if they met up, maybe even on the same planet. And here's the twist. They meet up on the planet that was supposed to be colonized by Earth, right? Because remember, Earth is trying to colonize places and stuff because they jacked up the planet. So they land on this planet. I'm doing a whole pitch right now. They land on this planet and they find some people, right? They find some people and they like, oh my gosh, it's so great. Oh, look at this wonderful earth, whatever. And these people can only come out during the day. Because if they stay out at night, that's right, all kinds of different aliens come out. And they are all, the women are like, yo, what is up with all these aliens? How did they get on this planet? And it turns out that this planet is the planet that David, the android, Michael Fassbender, has been breeding people. Hear me out. He's been breeding people and the aliens at the same time. Give me this movie. Give me this movie. I will take this movie. And if we can find a way to get Walter back, you know, the other David android from the other planet, if we can find a way to get him on, one of these days I'm gonna bump into a producer and we just gonna work some magic. We gonna work some magic. Anyway, that's what I would like to see. That's what I would like to see. But hey, they have other ideas, and this is definitely going to be a little interesting because guess who's Bizak? It's Ridley Scott. Because Ridley Scott has revealed that he is working on a new Alien movie for 20th Century Studios, thanks to the success of Alien Romulus, and it's probably Alien Romulus too. 20th Century Studios was working on a part 2 idea with Fede Alvarez returning to direct from the first movie. So it seems almost certain that these films are one and the same. So maybe Ridley Scott is coming back to produce. Maybe he'll co-direct. I don't think so. Maybe he'll direct it instead of Fede. I don't know. But either way, I like the fact that they are going in and doing this together. Let's see. Scott notes that he's frustrated with his lack of ownership of both the Alien and Blade Runner franchise over the years. He said, I should have locked them up, just like Steven Spielberg did with Jurassic Park and everything he does, and James Cameron, you know, with the Avatar movies. He said, I resurrected a dead Alien franchise with Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and we should have rejoined the ownership right then, and we didn't because someone was careless. Now, sir, are you someone? Like, isn't that your job? Like, shouldn't you have thought of that? But either way, he's right. He's absolutely right. He did revive. Nobody was checking for Alien until he did Prometheus. And whether it's movies, music, business, whatever, ownership is key. It don't matter what it is. If you can own your masters, if you can own the character rights, if you can own the IP rights, that's the way to be. Because even if you don't have an idea, somebody else will have an idea that can still make you money off of that. That's something you can pass down to your kids. Look at Sly Stallone right now. My man has been grieving for decades for a character like Rocky that he has developed and you know made his own, and he don't own the rights. He don't own the rights. So the studio producers, they can make whatever Rocky movie, whatever spinoff that they want, and he just gonna have to sit there and take it. You gonna have to eat them punches, and it hurts because every time he like, man, I don't know if we should really do that. They be like, oh, that's okay. Hey, Michael B. Jordan, what do you want to do? Thanks, Sly. Hey, Michael B. Jordan, what you want to do? Another Creed? Let's go do that. Oh, Sly. Okay, it was all good, man. Yeah, we hear you. Hey, Michael B. Jordan, let's go do that. Okay, like, oh, we gonna do a Drago spin up. We gonna do whatever we want to do. You can either get with it or you can go away. So it sucks, you know. And that's pretty much what this Alien franchise is doing right now. There was a great buy low moment when Alien 4 or Alien whatever it was tanking and nobody was checking for this for 20, 30 years. Man, he probably could have bought that franchise with for pennies on a dollar. Easily. Like, hey man, what y'all doing with that Alien franchise that ain't nobody watching no more? Y'all want that? Hey, take this $5. Let me holler at them copyrights real quick. Just fine. Here's $10. You're killing me here, but fine. Let me just get that. So here's Prometheus, and here's Covenant, and here's Romulus, and let me make a $1 billion. Like that's the way you should have played it. So he's absolutely right. But now the studio, man, the studio ain't finna let this go. Not after what Romulus did. That's a done deal. But either way, I like the fact that the guy that literally created this, that resurrected it, that he is coming back. He's gonna put some stank on it. I'm with this. I'm for it. I support it. Y'all let me know, how do you feel about Ridley Scott coming back for the Alien franchise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Yeah, James Cameron definitely. My man was like, nah, this Avatar thing right here, nah, this with me. Matter of fact, this might die with me too. They ain't going nowhere. He was right. He was right. You know, Robert Downey Jr., cool guy. I've never met him, but he seems like a really nice guy. And, there's been this whole thing with the industry where we had a whole writer strike, we had a whole, actor strike, we had a director strike, and there's always some stuff that gets caught up in the middle, right? And Downey is no exception. But what I like is the fact that he is being very vocal about the use of AI. Now, we've talked about how studios, they was trying to be on some shisty stuff. They was trying to get sneaky with the AI, like getting rid of background actors, and using fake AI for background people, or they would take the likeness of people and use that with AI just so that, and then they would own that in perpetuity. That means forever, so they was doing some real shicey stuff. But Robert Downey, my man, has some things to say about this whole AI thing. And yeah, let's see what he had to say. He sent a stern warning to Hollywood in the age of AI. I intend to sue all future executives who sign off on the creation of a Downey digital replica. The Oscar winner does not want his likeness being used on screen through AI technology or deep fakes. Now he was on a podcast here, and this is where he was he was on a podcast talking about this. Now he was originally there talking about Marvel. So he says, to go back to the MCU, I'm not worried about them hijacking my character's soul, because there's like 3 or 4 guys and gals who make all the decisions there anyway, and they would never do that to me with or without me. You really talking about Kevin Feige. Feige wouldn't do that, but you never know. And the host, Kara Swisher, she was like, future executives, they definitely will. Okay. And he was like, well, you're right. I would like to hear state that I intend to sue all future executives just on spec. He says, but the host was like, you're gonna be dead, and he was like, but my law firm will still be very active. I love it. I love it. My man say, I'll be dead, I'll be gone. But what y'all not gonna do is get rid of Downey, LLC, or I don't know, whatever his law firm is called. I love this. I love this. And I really wish more actors would do this as well. What I love about this is we don't have to guess. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to speculate about it. We don't have to wait for his family or estate 20, 30 years from now. Robert Downey Jr. does not want any type of AI done for him. Simple, easy. We not no voiceover stuff. Don't be talking about, oh, well, look at Tony Stark. He came back to, no, he didn't. Not with Downey. Y'all better go recast him. So I love it when we can get people to state these things while they're alive so that we have record of it, we know it, and the studios can't play, shifty little games or whatever to do this. Because, listen, Kevin Feige's not going to be around forever, but the IP of the MCU will be. Okay. In our lifetime, we will probably see the MCU completely reboot and maybe even be under new administration, new executives or whatever. Somebody gonna be trying to tempt. Somebody's gonna try it. I know somebody gonna think like, hey, what if we bring back a Downey lookalike? Nah, nah. So I like the fact that my man has said this, made it clear, and ain't nobody gonna mess with him or his law firm. The second you bring lawyers involved, that's it. You want to be broke? First of all, he's already robbing you guys for every Avengers movie he's in. He's already robbing you. If anything, he probably gonna say like, "Oh, you want to put me in AI? Bet I get $1 billion for every minute that you use." There go all your movies. That's all your movies right there. Is it worth it? It is absolutely not. Don't play with this man. But y'all let me know, how do you feel about Downey saying that he don't want this AI stuff? He ain't down with it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, we got a couple things left we're gonna get to in just a bit. Yeah, well, let's do no, let's keep it on the MCU. Let's go with that. We already know for the MCU that Downey is making his comeback, as Victor Von Doom. So this is obviously the multiverse. It is obviously the point in time where we can get different iterations of characters. Apparently not T'Challa, but that's another story. So this also opens the door for a whole bunch of returns and comebacks. And besides Downey, and I've always thought that this was going to be a thing because we've seen it happen, you're going to have to bring another character back. And that character has got to be someone iconic, someone that, everybody will just love to see. And it is probably, maybe, no other than Thanos. What bigger star of a character outside of Downey, outside of Spider-Man, would have that kind of cachet to make a potential return? And it is Thanos. Now, here's the thing. Thanos has already come back, whether, we talking about What If, or whatever. Like, so you have these little elements of that. And in the comics, he's come back multiple times, right? Like, he's been killed or he's been banished or defeated, whatever, and he always comes back. Now, I don't know how they would make him come back or why, but I do think that it would make sense to bring him back, because if you're familiar with the comics, he does have a very specific role in Secret Wars. And of course, I will not go into that because I don't want to spoil it for y'all. But Josh Brolin, the actor who played Thanos, was talking about this. He says, "I'm not kidding. There's a thing with playing Thanos. It's like, oh, they're going to bring Thanos back. It's kind of like Sicario. It has to be right. It's like Ryan Reynolds and I talking about Taylor Swift, and we should be talking about Deadpool 4. But we go back and forth. Again, it's what's in his head. It's what in his mind fits, what in my mind fits. Thanos has to fit if you're going to bring him back. I would do anything that the Russos wanted me to do." So it sounds like Josh Brolin does not have a problem coming back as Thanos, and I'm cool with that. But this is what I'm not cool with. I'm not going to be cool if y'all going to bring this man back only to get rid of him in like 2 minutes. That's what I'm not here for. If y'all gonna pull some Illuminati type of nonsense like you did in Doctor Strange 2, I'm not here for that. If y'all gonna pull the same nonsense that they have been abusing Thanos in the What If series. Every single time Thanos shows up, my man dies in like 3 seconds. If that's all you're going to do, no thank you. See, now this works in the comics because in the comics, Thanos has had such an established presence that it doesn't matter if you happen to bring him back and quickly kill him off. That it's not a big deal because he's got a whole legacy. He's got a whole bunch of storylines and stuff. Thanos in the MCU does not have that same cachet. He does not have that same heritage. He has the Infinity Saga under his belt, which is great, but it's not enough to justify bringing him back for a gimmick just to quickly kill him off. So here's what I would say. If you're going to bring Josh Brolin back, which I think would be interesting, right? And it would fit with a lot of the other stories that we know in the comics. I need him to come back for more than one movie. And I need him to have more screen time than just 5 minutes. If you're going to bring him back in Avengers Doomsday. You could do that. Now, I don't even really want to pitch the idea out there because I feel like it might be spoilery, but I'm just saying if you bring him back for Avengers Doomsday, and then after we kind of have seen him, we've gotten used to him, obviously tensions will be high because if he comes back, I don't know, the whole universe will be like, yo, F that guy, right? So you got to deal with that. But carry it over into Secret Wars. And hey, if he dies in Secret Wars, fine. If he doesn't die, fine. But I just don't want something cheap and quick. That's all. I just don't want that. But I would say that the likelihood of him coming back, I'm gonna go with the over on this, mainly because Marvel has already played their hand. The mere fact that Tony Stark has come back and they forced him to come back as a gimmick, clearly they are trying to play on the same vibes that worked for them during the Infinity War saga. You got Tony, he's back as Victor Von Doom, so you check off the box of popular actor, check off the box of highly anticipated character. You're bringing Spider-Man back. Oh, Spider-Man is going to see his mentor, father figure, and Tony Stark, who's not really Tony, but he's Victor. And then you're probably going to want to replay those same vibes by bringing in Thanos to then go against Doom. Oh, look at that. It's Tony Stark, who's not really Tony Stark, up against Thanos. Again, this seems highly likely that this is what they're trying to set up if they go this route. Matter of fact, I would bet money that they would do this. I think that this is the easiest thing. Marvel's already shown that they just want the gimmicks, they want the fan service, they want the money. It's easy. It's easy. So I think this happens. I think he comes back. But you guys let me know. Do you think that this would be a good thing if they bring Thanos back? Do you think it undermines it? Do you think it's doing, maybe it's oversaturation? Listen, they brought Hugh Jackman back. They brought Downey back. Why not bring Thanos back? They bringing everybody else back except for T'Challa. Anyway, you guys let me know, what do you think about a Thanos potential return in the comments down below. Riker, what you got? Yo, Smile Tube was crazy. Definitely one of my most intense movies I've seen. I never get scared of movies, but it had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. 8.5 out of 10. So I would agree with you. I don't know if I don't think I did review it, but I did see it. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I did like Smile too. I like the first Smile. I thought it was a better version of It Follows. I just really liked it, but I loved in Smile 2 how they took it up a notch, and I loved how it was less about the horror and more about, in my opinion, the mental health, or the trauma. To me, I didn't look at this as like, oh, it's just a big scary monster. It's like, no, that's someone's pain. That's someone's anxiety. That's someone's depression. That's someone's, mental issues that are weighing on them like a monster. And I thought they handled that very, very well. But thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Jesus. Appreciate you for the super sticker there. Christian, hey man and EFAM, I'm just getting in. Has anyone mentioned the last 4 episodes of Agatha? Feels like it ended better than it started. So I literally just finished Agatha today. I've been I just did not have time to cover it like I normally do. I'm in From season right now, and From to me is that's gonna take everything. So I just haven't had time. And I just got done watching Cross with Aldous Hodge. Be on the lookout for some content with that soon. But I was watching Agatha kind of in between things. Um, it was cool. I think Agatha has I think it worked for her character. Um, like we got to just see more of her character. So that was cool. I like the fact that they kept her morally gray. Like she's not a good person. Like she's the main character, but she ain't a good person. So I like that they maintain that. Um, I started to get a little pushed away with the series because I kind of felt as though there were moments where this became too Disney like. I mean, oh my God. They want y'all to love that down, 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 down the witch's road. They really want that stuck in your head. Like, I was like, how many episodes are y'all gonna sing this song? Like all the time? Every episode? Woof. Man, like it really started to feel like Disney pressure, when they just want you to sing along to these songs. So I don't know. It felt more of like a Disney movie at times. But I did like I loved Aubrey Plaza. I like her true character, that we find out later. Um, Teen. I liked what they did with that. That was cool. Um, but yeah, I mean, like to me, it wasn't as good as WandaVision. Um, I will admit the Christian in me was feeling some type of way with all this witchcraft. I was like, wait a minute now, y'all getting a little too specific. Y'all getting a little too on the nose with some of this witchcraft stuff. I don't no, this not again, not for me. Just not for me. But yeah, I thought overall the show was cool. I think it stuck the landing. I wouldn't put it as like my top MCU show, but I mean, it's better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's better than Hawkeye. I think it was probably better than Ms. Marvel. Um, so yeah, to me, it was kind of like in the middle for me. I know some other people liked it more, and that's cool. I didn't hate it, didn't love it, but I liked it. So anyway, there's your quick review for Agatha. But thank you for that, Christian. I appreciate you. Let's see. We got some movie news. Let's talk about that real quick. I should have put this earlier, but oh well. Scary movie. So scary movie came out. God, when did this come out? This came out so long ago. Um 18 years, So it's been 18 years since this came out. Now, for those of you that don't know, Scary Movie, we used to, back in my day, we used to have a whole bunch of different scary movies. This is when I Know What You Did Last Summer came out. Scream, all of these different movies were coming out and they were kind of taking over, and they were like box office smashes. They were really, really solid. But Scary Movie was like, we're gonna take all these movies, The Ring, yeah, they were doing The Ring, they were doing Scream and all of that, and we just gonna make fun of them. We just gonna make fun of them, and it was done by the genius of the Wayans brothers, right? And they would take popular horror movies and just make parodies of them. They would take certain things that were funny at that time, put if it was a running joke or something, they would put all of that. It was like a variety show. It was almost like if In Living Color could make horror movie skits. That's what Scary Movie basically was. And it worked. I thought it worked. It was hilarious. There are some classic scenes in there. Shout out to Regina King when she just was like, I'm finna just fight this thing. Man, was that Regina? I be getting them mixed up. Was that Regina King? I forget. No, I don't think it was Regina King. Dang it. What's that other girl's name? The black girl. Not Regina King. Regina Hall. Yeah. See, I get the Reginas mixed up. Regina Hall. She was hilarious. She was hilarious. Okay. Especially in the movie theaters and stuff. Oh my God. That great scene. Great stuff. So after 18 something odd years, it looks like we're back in business. Okay. It says the Scary Movie reboot that was announced at CinemaCon with the franchise architects, the Wayans brothers. They're coming back after 18 years for a new original screenplay. I like that. The new Scary Movie will shoot next year for a theatrical release. The Wayans and Rick Alvarez are writing and producing the movie. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love the fact that they're making it original. I love the fact that they're, I guess it's a reboot, so they can just try and do something different. But I'm here for this. I want to see where they go with it and how this could work. This was from Marlon, Sean, and Keenan. They said, we couldn't be more excited to be a part of the new Scary Movie and work with each other again. This is a franchise we created more than 20 years ago. We remember people laughing in the aisles and hope to see that happen again. Yes, that is true. I am people. Because when this came out, this has so many hilarious jokes when it came out. All of them. They had so many funny moments that you had to go back and rewatch the movie because you probably missed some of the other jokes. You probably missed some of the scary things or the funny things that were said. Here's what I'm curious though. I'm curious about this. What exactly are they going to make fun of now? Which movies? Because the whole point is to make fun of movies that are happening currently, not just any old movies, but the scary movies. So I think we just talked about it. Smile would be a good one, right? And I'm thinking of anything that came out in between the 20 years that it's been resting up. I don't remember if the last one did it or not, but did they do Saw? Maybe Saw could be something. I see Megan. Great idea. Megan could be one. I think they could absolutely do The Nun. Yeah, listen. One of them is gonna try and bang the nun. I already know it. Because they nasty like that. Didn't they do that with one of the ghosts? I think they did that with one of the ghosts. I think it was Sean with the crazy it clown or something like that. He was like, "Oh They went under the bed and he was like, "Nah, you come over here. Nah, I'm coming." Oh, listen, they gonna do some crazy stuff. So the Nun, um, maybe they do it. I think they did it already. Um, I don't know if there's something they could do with The Conjuring. Maybe they could do something with Insidious. You can always do Halloween. You could do Chucky. Well, no, I don't think they own Chucky. I don't think they could do Chucky. Um, Geez, what other ones? But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be the key. The key is oh, they could definitely do Us. I like that. That's gonna be a good one. Good job. They could do Us. Maybe they can do Get Out. They could do Get Out too. Maybe. Um, but man, this is where I'm going to be very curious where they go with what they end up doing. Somebody said Diddy, and I'm so mad at you. I don't think they will go there, only because it's an open pending case and it's not solidified. However, if they did do a Diddy like character, you have my money. You have my money. If you sit here and say Scary Movie 6 is about a big, wealthy hip hop producer who throws parties, I have no choice but to go watch this madness. Because that sounds like a scary movie in itself. Oh my God. I don't think they're gonna do Diddy. I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think so. Diddy might have some on one of them. We don't know. Listen, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. We don't know. But if it happens, I'm there. If it happens, I'm there. Anyway, y'all let me know, how do you feel about another scary movie, a reboot? How do you feel about it? What movies do you want to see them make fun of? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Talented one. I love the Wayans, but what scary movies are popular enough to make fun of now? See, there you go. That's the question. That is the question, right? Like, but here's the thing: they got 20 years to think of something. Here's the thing: as long as whatever movie they make fun of is recognizable to you, that's all that matters. Like I saw some people saying Hereditary. I don't think enough people have seen Hereditary to pick out something that they can be like, oh, it's that thing. Like it's almost like a joke, right? You can't tell a joke if most people don't understand the references. If only one or two people have seen it or understand it, it's not funny, right? So I think they're gonna have to cast a pretty wide net, and I'm curious to see where they do or where they go with it. I think that's gonna be really, really interesting to see. All right, moving on. We have two more topics, and then we're done. Game of Thrones. So, Game of Thrones, I still believe, is top 3, maybe even top 2, maybe even number 1 in terms of the best shows that have ever come out on television. The franchise has, especially when it came out, was breaking numbers, had crazy viewership, and if you were locked in, you was locked in. Let me tell you something. In my entire life, I have never seen a show be so popular. This is how you know Game of Thrones was number 1. I've never seen a show be so popular that it was a brag. It was it was a brag for some people to say I've never watched Game of Thrones. Like that was something people really needed to say to kind of brag on themselves. To kind of be like, yeah, I'm that one person or I'm that small person, in that small group of people that have never seen Game of Thrones. That's how many other people have been watching Game of Thrones because the show was just it was fantastic. Great writing, unconventional, broke a lot of trends. It was great. And yes, Breaking Bad to me is in top 10, top 5 for me and The Wire, but that's another conversation. And then, of course, we got the season finale of Game of Thrones. And while the season finale, I think, was generally welcomed as unsatisfactory, it did not hit. It did not stick the landing. It was not what people wanted. I know when the season, because I was doing lives back then too. When the last season was happening, I kept thinking to myself, the number one thing that they should do is they got to put this on the big screen. They have to. Like, if you sat here and took the most popular TV show and put it in the movies, put it on the big screen, you win. Because on one hand, it would force people, this is pre-pandemic now, it would force people to sign up for HBO and go watch the series because this big movie's coming out, or they would just make so much money in the theaters that it would justify the cost that it would make to make these TV shows. But anyway, we have some news that broke just a couple days ago with Game of Thrones. And it sounds like they finally seen the light. Because a Game of Thrones movie is in early development at WB. It says here that WB has been quietly developing at least one film set in the George R.R. Martin's epic fantasy universe. Multiple sources describe the project as very early stage development with no filmmaker, no cast or writer yet attached, but the company is keen on exploring the idea of Westeros invading cinemas. Now, the showrunners of the original Game of Thrones, they famously wanted to conclude the series with 3 feature films instead of its 2019 final season. And George R.R. Martin, he also supported the idea of doing the movie. So you had the creator of the show, of the story, and you had the showrunners all saying, let's make movies. First of all, that would have been genius. Seeing big old dragons flying on the big screen like that, them big old battles and stuff, Battle of the Bastards, all them battles on the big screen, y'all could have made a lot of money. A lot of money. Because the anticipation at that time was through the roof. However, HBO strongly resisted the idea and instead wanted to preserve the prestige of the series as an HBO property. I remember that when the season finale was coming on, I was in contact with HBO. I was reaching out, I was talking to movie theaters. I was like, yo, I'll pay for the subscription, I'll pay for this, we'll donate money. Let's work together. Let's partner, because I wanted to do a watch party in a theater just to show Game of Thrones, like the final couple episodes. Starting at Left Guard, HBO was like, nah, we want people to watch this at home. I'm like, time out. What's the difference when people can just show up at someone's house and watch it on their TV right there versus making this a public event, having people come out, generate hype and all of that? And they was like, nah, we want people to just stream it. Stupid. Y'all was stupid. And that's why a lot of y'all are gone now. That was stupid. But look at this. Times have changed because the willingness to shift from cinematic properties to the small screen, it's back. Look at the Batman going on screen. Boom. What do we get? The Penguin. Look at Dune Prophecy. You had 2 movies out there, and now you got Dune Prophecy coming out. Look at the Harry Potter movies. You went from books to movies to now you're gonna have a TV series. Look at the Lord of the Rings. You got all these movies and all that stuff, and now you got the TV show. So this idea of, oh well, we got to keep everything on TV. No, no. You go where the money resides. If people are interested, they will show up. People liked the Batman. They showed up for Penguin. I was very apprehensive about Penguin, but the show is pretty dang on good. So, yeah, you're going to have to stop all that. And let's not forget, the network also has House of the Dragon. We've been covering them dragons. And they got another prequel coming out, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So it's like, yo, it comes down to a very, very simple question. Do you like money? Do you like money? If you like money, put this thing in theaters. So I'm glad that the old regime is out of here with their dumb ideas, and they are now starting to see the light. This new regime at WB, they're seeing the light. They're understanding, yeah, put this in a big screen. This already had a following, and these type of stories, they look really good on screen. One of my biggest pet peeves was, I think somebody was telling me like, yeah, I had introduced Game of Thrones to a friend of mine, and they ended up young guy started watching it. He was like, oh yeah, I watch Game of Thrones. I wanted to smack the phone out of his hands so fast. Ain't no way you about to sit here and watch them dragons on your little phone. You're not gonna put that on the big screen, bro? Why are you being disrespectful? That almost ended the friendship. Almost. But you put that sucker on a big screen, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. Them battles, game changer. Anyway, what do y'all think about a Game of Thrones movie? Here's the thing. I don't even care what movie it is, because you've already proven to me that you can handle this stuff. You know, right? House of the Dragon, if y'all wanted to put that final season and turn it into a movie, I'm there. Y'all want to put that in the theater? I'll go watch it. I'll pay the $5, $6, $7, whatever. I'll go watch that. Hey, if y'all want to continue that boo-boo ending for season 8 or whatever, y'all can go ahead and fix that up too. If y'all can sit here and be like, hey, y'all thought that was the end of Game of Thrones with Jon Snow? Y'all thought that was the end? Man, nah, we had a movie coming up to fix all that anyway. Fine, I'll play along. We all will be willing to forget whatever the hell happened. And that, listen, I wish y'all would sit here and be like, it was all a dream. Just say it was all a dream. All that stuff that we saw in the last season didn't happen. Everybody will be fine with wiping that nonsense away. We go to the theaters and we see a better version. Listen, we can go into a contractual agreement. I don't remember nothing. Let's go. Anyway, y'all let me know. What do you think about a Game of Thrones movie? Will you go watch? Are you thinking, nah, it's better to watch it on streaming? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments. 60 plus. Hey, man, I've never watched. See, there's always one. There's always one. I've never watched Game of Thrones, but I'll binge it during the holidays. Okay. I'll take it. Listen, let me give you the same advice that I give everybody that's starting Game of Thrones. This is the number one way. Hold on. Let me take this down. Hold on. Because this advice is going to be for you, but it's also going to be for anybody else. This is the number one thing that you need to do if you've never watched Game of Thrones and you're deciding to give it a shot and to jump in. Things are going to be confusing, okay? Listen to me. You are not going to understand all the locations. You are not going to follow and remember everyone's name. You're not going to know who's the king of this and who's the queen. You're not going to get all of that the first time around. Okay. You're not going to get in the first episode, second episode. Don't worry about that. The number one thing I want you to do is to follow Ned Stark. That's it. Don't Google nothing. Don't ask nobody nothing. Don't even tell your friends that you are watching Game of Thrones, because I don't want nothing spoiled for you. I want you, and this is again just the easiest way for you to understand what's going to happen. Follow Ned Stark from the very first episode. They're going to show you other people. They're going to take you to other places. Just watch it. It's going to absorb into your head. Okay? You're not even going to know that you are getting all this information absorbed. You're not going to know it. You're not going to realize it, but you're going to absorb all of that. Follow Ned Stark and his story. Follow his mission. His mission is very important. Once you get to the very end, you're going to get to the end of season 1, episode, 10 or whatever. That is going to be the point where you will find out whether you want to watch more Game of Thrones or not. If after what happens in the final episode of season 1, you decide, I need to know what happens next, you are locked in. That's it. There's no going back. Now, to be fair, if you see what happens at the end of, that finale, and you're like, this ain't for me, I don't care, leave it alone. Walk away. It's not for you. But if you are curious, if you got some inklings, you got a little thought of like, well, what the hell what happens next? You have to watch the rest of the franchise. That's the deal I'm asking you to make, okay? Good luck. Good luck. All right. I don't even know how we got it. Oh, yeah. So thank you for that 60 plus. And I will say this as well. I cannot wait for your experience, because I think one of the most fruitful things for a lot of people that have already watched Game of Thrones is hearing and seeing other people go through Game of Thrones, and you be sitting there like a proud parent, just like, you just be wanting them to like, ooh, what episode you on? Ooh, what happened? Who did what? Ooh, for real? Oh, okay. Hey, what you think about that? Oh, for real. Like, you just want to live vicariously through that other person, and you gonna experience all these new twists and turns and stories and characters. And I'm jealous. I remember when I first started Game of Thrones, I was like 3 seasons in until I realized this is one of the greatest shows ever. And I didn't even like, the medieval dragon stuff. I didn't like none of that stuff. But when I got into it, I was like, oh, this is it. Then I got my wife into it. And I said, you know what? This is so good. I'm going to restart and watch it with her from the jump. And it was still great. Still great. And I'll tell you another thing. You're going to finish the season, and I bet you if you go back and rewatch it, you're going to catch so much stuff that you missed. Remember I told you wasn't going to catch everything and all that? No, you're going to go back and be like, oh my God, they set this up in season 1 and I got the payoff in season 4. Oh my gosh, that thing that they was talking about in season 2, it makes sense now in season 5. That's why this is so fantastic. The ending is a little but for 7 seasons, they're going to have you in a chokehold. All right, that's my thing. Please, I hope nobody spoiled nothing in the comments for them, but yes. DJ, what you got? You would be angry with me because I watched it on my phone while posting this. I'm just, thank you for that, by the way. I'm just not a fan. Like, don't get me wrong. I've watched certain things on my phone too, right? Like, if I'm on the plane, if I'm traveling, I understand. I'm talking about when you got options. Okay. You at home, you got an 80-inch TV, you got a whole entertainment system, whatever, that you playing your Xbox or PlayStation or whatever on, but you're gonna watch something on your phone instead. That's what I'm talking about. Like, what? Come on now. I'm gonna need y'all to make better entertainment decisions. That's all. But anyway, um, Derek, I will not highlight that because I don't want to spoil it for other people. But thank you for that, and I totally agree with you. All right, let's get on to the final topic tonight. We got some new MCU shows to go over. So of course, these are not like brand new. We've known about some of these shows, but we did get a couple. We got a sneak peek at some of them and some previews that we can go over. So what I will do is we will go over the main trailer and watch that, and then we'll go over the little individual previews and talk about that. But of course, let's get ready. All right, let's load this sucker up real quick. All right. So this is the general trailer for the sneak peek. It's basically a look ahead of what we can expect in the MCU with on Disney Plus. So these, Deadpool, Wolverine, obviously they are going to be coming to Disney Plus soon. I think it's already on Disney Plus, maybe. But yeah, so we'll get this sneak peek of all the TV shows and stuff. And yeah, let's see what they got.
I brought you here to offer you an opportunity.
Oh, I smell what you're stepping in. It's gonna get good.
It's been some time, hasn't it? You've come up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
I wonder if your darker half would agree. Exactly what kind of a lawyer are you?
A really good one.
This me.
Oh!
I want to build something undeniable.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Up for an adventure?
The battle they will sing about for ages.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams, reading for Wonder Man.
I was born to play this character.
And we both have a lot riding on this.
Okay.
You better not mess this up.
I know.
I am ready.
I am Marvel Jesus.
We have a long road ahead of us. Much to do.
Oh my God!
All right. So they are souping this stuff up. It's a whole lot of everything that they are throwing at us. So we have some dates for all of these shows, and this is the lineup that you can expect. So first up, we've got What If season 3. So I'm mildly looking forward to it. I believe this is going to be the final season for this, so we'll have to see what that entails. Then we've got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that comes out in January, so actually that's like right on top of him, or right after. Then you've got Daredevil Born Again, which I think is going to be fantastic. I have loved every sneak peek, trailer, extra footage. That looks good to me. I think that is going to be solid. Obviously we saw well, we'll get to the clips later. Then you got Ironheart coming in the summer, and right after that, Eyes of Wakanda. We'll talk about that. Marvel Zombies. That looks good. I like that so far. And then Wonder Man. So it looks like Marvel got a lot of stuff cooking back to 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 back. It's like once one show is done, once one thing is done, we on to the next one. So we are not going to have a shortage of different things from Marvel TV at all. So I think that is pretty cool. Let's talk about the Wonder Man, because that was something that I was looking forward to. Y'all already know I'm a big fan of Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. I think the brother is very, very talented. He was my number one pick to play T'Challa if he were to, if they were to recast. Mainly because he's got the physique, he's got the acting ability, and I think he would really blow people away. But my man opted to be Wonder Man instead, which I think being a movie star would be better, but I understand he got to work, he got to do his thing. So he'd rather lead a series, and I don't know, maybe Wonder Man gets popular, and we'll see. But we do have the first official logo, and this is for Wonder Man. Now, by the way, in case you did not know, this is what Wonder Man used to look like in the comics. So yes, they did make him black. They didn't have to. I don't really know why, but they did make him black in this. But yeah, this is I don't know. This is pretty basic. Like there's nothing wonderful about this, but okay. Let's kind of get into, let's see, I think I got the portion of the trailer here. So we clearly see that old dude is back, played by Ben Kingsley, same guy, that the same actor from Shang-Chi and from Iron Man.
You can slate whenever you're ready.
Simon Williams.
I'm getting the feeling that this is going to be, it's good. It's almost giving me the vibes of Ms. Marvel and She-Hulk put together. It's almost like, hey, let's record things that are very Hollywood-like, that are kind of meta commentary. Now, don't get me wrong, this is what happens in the comics. Like, he is a movie star as well. He is an actor, but this makes sense as to why this would appeal to Marvel.
Reading for Wonder Man.
I was born to play this character.
So it looks like he's going to play the character of Wonder Man, but maybe he gets his powers a little bit later. I don't really know how they're going to make that happen here. I don't know if they're also going to do the comic book connections, because in the comics, he has a interesting relationship with Vision and with the Scarlet Witch. So I don't know if they're going to do something with that or not. Maybe they tease it. I don't know how I feel about Ben Kingsley being in here either.
I know.
I mean, Sir Ben Kingsley. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that this is top of my list. I'm interested, and I hope that they make this interesting, but I can't say that I'm excited. Not for this. So we'll just have to wait and see. Where is it? Oh, but yeah, absolutely. Daredevil, yes, 1000%. March 4th. I feel like that's going to be the best show that they got. I think that's definitely going to be the best, and it is going to really make people believe that Marvel is back, I think.
been some time, hasn't it?
I like that. And you got the Punisher back too.
You've come up in the world. I could say that.
The fact that you got both of these guys, because if you saw the end of season 3 on Netflix, and I believe this is picking right up after that. I believe that they are taking elements from what happened in season 3. As you can see in this trailer, they do know about each other, right? Matt knows about him. He knows about Matt Murdock. So I do like that element. And of course, Fisk is running for mayor. So the worst thing you can have is Kingpin with even more power. I think we also saw that his lady is back too. So, oh boy, listen. Nobody better mess with Vanessa. Because you know Kingpin, all you got to do is just look at Vanessa weird, just I can't wait. I can't wait. She probably gonna be ruthless too.
I wonder if your darker half would agree.
Oh, and I think and look at that. They already trying to tease the hallway scenes. The hallway scenes, and they did say that there was gonna be one big action sequence. So I think they're going to try and top the famous hallway scene here as well. I believe the villain is that actually might be him. I think the villain is going to be Muse. And they're going to, I don't think they show a good picture of him. That was actually whatchamacallit's dad, Kamala Khan. I think that was Kamala Khan's dad in the background there. So I guess we got some crossover happening as well. But yeah, that one is definitely going to be my more highly anticipated one of those shows. We will definitely cover that, by the way. What is this? Oh, this is the Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That one's coming out January 29th on Disney Plus. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I don't think I like this animation style. And wait a minute. Did he just kill this dude is dead. Like Spider-Man just took a brick and busted it over this kid's head. He's dead. He's dead. Right?
This me.
Yo, what are we doing? Yeah, I don't know. So this was part of the issue I have with Marvel TV in general. Actually, nope. Let me go into it. I'll go into it a little later, but I'm not a fan of this animation style. It kind of reminds me of Daria a little bit, but I don't know. Are y'all feeling this so far? This is gonna be him, obviously, before he becomes Spider-Man. This is the pre Spider-Man. So think of before Homecoming. This is gonna be the Spider-Man that we get. What else do we have? We also have we did Iron. We did that one already. Where is she? Oh, okay. Then we also have Ironheart. So Ironheart, we will see
I want to build something.
Riri Williams coming back.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life.
So I like this a little here. Because shout out to Dominic Thorne. Now it looks like, man, y'all couldn't have thought of no other move but to replicate the Hulk Avengers smash. Like that's what this looked like. This looked like right when Hulk was stopping that Chitauri ship in Avengers, and it looks like they just was like, oh, Riri can do that too. I guess. I like the suit. Suit looks good. Suit definitely looks good. I'm not too sure about the villain, this dude. I don't know. Um I'll watch it. I'll watch it. But we'll see how this goes. This one comes out June 24th. So this is in the middle of the summer. That's when that one comes out. I don't know. I wouldn't. Here's my thing. If you give me Ironheart, give me all the episodes. Drop it just like you did with Echo. Give me all the episodes and I can tolerate that. I just don't have a lot of confidence in it, right? The way that it stands. All right, now what else do we have? Oh, so we do have Marvel Zombies. Now this I like, because even in the What If series, the Marvel Zombies looked pretty good. I thought that they looked pretty good. This is only going to be 4 episodes. It will be TVMA. So think of this as like a rated R thing. In Marvel's terms, maybe they cuss a little, but this probably is more so because they're going to be dealing with blood and or, a lot of heavy violence. Shang-Chi is going to be in it, Yelena, Kate Bishop, Red Guardian, Ms. Marvel, and more. This is going to be October 2025, which is perfect. That's right around Halloween time. So I like that idea. So you got the Wakandans, looks like here. We'll get back to this. Who is this? Oh, that's Yelena. Who else you got? Captain America, the zombie. Looking like a Terminator, actually, right there. But yeah, I am looking forward to that. So I'm here for this. I'm very optimistic about that. But let's get back to this. This is apparently Blade. But it's Blade if he were to become Moon Knight. And it is unknown if Mahershala Ali is going to voice the character. Last week, I already told y'all my feelings on how indefinitely delaying Blade, taking it off the schedule, have a lot of mixed feelings about that. Because we're not going to go into it, but y'all already know how jacked up the production hell is with Blade. The last time we heard anything with Blade was Eternals. Ain't nobody checking for that. And now you tell me that the closest we can get to an appearance of Blade is animated form. That's the closest we can get. And he's got a mask on. This is as good of a Blade. You don't even know if he's a vampire or not. This is as much of a Blade that we gonna get. And to make matters even worse, we don't even know if Mahershala Ali can't do a voiceover, because the What If series, they are not opposed to using other random actors or voice actors to do the voices. They're not, just because they got Robert Downey in there does not mean that he's going to actually do the voice. I would be so disappointed in Marvel if they couldn't at least get Mahershala to voice this. I mean, when I tell you this is the lowest of low bars. The lowest bar you had before was being in Boo Boo Eternals and doing a little voiceover, and we didn't know what this man looked like. At least if we could get his voice with an animated image, that's something. At least let us know the man still works with y'all. But we don't know. We can't confirm. Anyway, last but not least, we have Eyes of Wakanda, which is supposedly going to be a 4-part animated anthology series that follows warriors throughout Wakandan history who were tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts. And this is your spicy, flavor looking logo. I don't know how to feel about this either. I remember when there was the rumor, again, this was just a rumor, that maybe Eyes of Wakanda was going to have these characters traveling in time. Now, we didn't know if that meant that they were doing time travel or, and I think since they're talking about it's an anthology, maybe it's just different periods of time that we will visit over the course of the show. That makes a little more sense. Either way, this seems like further avoidance of dealing with T'Challa. And yes, I'm going to bring that up because even though other characters exist, you wouldn't have a Black Panther franchise at all without T'Challa. At all. But we also got some of the animation. Now, this is coming out in August, on August 6th. I don't know how I feel about this animation. This I don't like it. I don't like it. If we're just being honest, I don't like it. And here's the thing. Brad Winderbaum, who's the head of Marvel TV, second in command at MC in the Marvel Studios. We had talked about how he put it out there and said that no Marvel studios or Marvel television animated thing is going to look the same. They want to do different animation for everything. I think that is a mistake. I think trying to make everything different is a mistake. Let me explain why. Art is subjective. I might hate the way that this thing looks. Somebody else might like it. It took me a while to get used to the animation in What If. I still don't really like it, but I got used to it. If you're going to force me to constantly adjust to these different art styles, you might mess around and lose me because I'm going to be so distracted with how awkward these shows constantly look that I'm not going to be paying that much attention to whatever it is that you're showing me. And the reason why I say this is because I've experienced, as someone who watches animation a lot, there are certain animated shows I simply don't have interest in watching because they don't look good. They just don't, or I'm turned off by the art style. They might have fantastic stories, but I just don't like them. I'll be honest. I tried it with One Piece. I don't like the way One Piece looks. It's weird. Berserk, the original Berserk looked fantastic. And then they started doing this cell shading thing with this reboot, and it looks bad. It does not look good. But let's give another example. Who's like one of the best animated franchises out there? DC. When you look at DC animation, yeah, they might tweak a couple things here and there, maybe just a little, but DC animation, whether it's Batman, Justice League, Teen Titans, except for Teen Titan Go, or if it's like their DC animated movies, they're usually pretty similar. They're not even all that complex. They kind of block shaped and, you know, kind of straightforward, but it ain't broke. It ain't broke. So there's absolutely nothing that they need to go fix. So to me, I don't mind if you guys keep the animation style the same. I would be fine if, like, I wish Marvel TV would take the they should take the Sonic approach. Put an animation style out there. See if people like it. If they like it, keep it. If they don't like it, then go ahead and try something else and see how people feel. But if you're just going to be like, here's a whole bunch of everything and it's always going to change, and I feel like you run the risk of keeping people away from certain things, or maybe even turning them off before they even get a chance to experience it. So I don't like this strategy. I think it's a bad one. I mean, obviously, I'll do my best and give these things a shot, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. And yeah, this Wakanda thing right here, this I don't like it. I don't like it. All right, you guys, let me know, what do you think about the animation from all these shows? What do you think about these shows and when they're coming out? Are there any ones that you really, really want to see? Anything you're excited for? Maybe things you're not. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. Jesus, I'm going in. I feel that. Thank you so much. JN, the animation is at best. Recast T'Challa, yes and yes. DJ, what you got? Wakanda show equals look here and ignore the fact that we messed up with T'Challa. That seems to be the message. Riker, what you got? How good is From compared to other top TV shows right now? So I wouldn't be crazy and say that From is top 5, top 10, or nothing like that, because one of the advantages a lot of the top TV shows have is the fact that they're done. And because that they are done, they're able to be judged on a much bigger, more collective basis. So I don't know. I would reserve judging From yet, because I need them to finish. I need to see how can you stick the landing, because you could have 3 great seasons, and if it sucks in the 4th, well, now you're definitely not even in the top 5. You're not even close to the top 10. Lost would be one of those shows, for example, that has made it up there in the upper, I'd say top 10, maybe top 15, because even though I haven't watched Lost, like I've only watched 15 episodes, I think, that whole show was just as captivating as Game of Thrones was, but a lot of people didn't like the ending. So I think that we have to wait on From, but I think From has a fantastic opportunity to make it up there. I think, however, that From might suffer the same or similar backlash that WandaVision went through, which is people's theories are going to get bigger than the show itself. And when people's theories start to get bigger and people's imagination starts to get wider than what the show actually gives you, no matter what the show gives you, you have already set yourself up for disappointment. And that disappointment is going to get projected, and people are going to be like, you're a bad show. That's just the way people work. People are not going to judge the show because of what they gave them. They're going to judge the show off of what they wanted them to give. And therefore, they're going to make this, oh, well, you didn't, I don't know, make this all a simulation. Yeah, we're going to go through the Mephisto crap all over again. Well, how come, Victor's sister wasn't actually Tabitha? How come this wasn't really the Matrix and it was all a simulation? All this show sucks. Like, how come it wasn't just aliens? Like, whatever people wanted it to be, it's hard to say whether or not the show will meet that expectation, because people would rather live in their beliefs than accept reality and judge what's in front of them. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it's definitely one of my favorite shows right now. Y'all see, I'm putting all my energy into this show. But I think it has a very good chance. I think it has a very, very good chance because I've yet to really see a lot of people watch it and stop watching it. So, it's got potential. It needs to go on a different platform though. Nelson, like with Agatha, going to watch with no expectations. Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Like when you go in with no expectations, you allow the show to entertain you as best as it can. And I think that that's usually the best way to evaluate the show. I mean, I had no expectations for Agatha either, right? And it's fine. I had no expectations for Penguin. It's blowing me away right now. So, yeah, I mean, no expectations matters. That's really good. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Look at that, under 3 hours on top of that. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out, hanging out with your boy. Appreciate it every single time. Thank you all for the support as well. Really, really appreciate it. Like I said, remember, no live next week. No live. Like, I'm going to be busy. Cannot do it. Not Saturday, not Sunday. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if we could do some on Thursday. Maybe. No promises, but no live next week. But you should be following me just in case. Maybe if there's an emergency, we'll see. But just don't want to get y'all hopes up. Your boys got to go work. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. It's the weekend. You know the routine. Wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. Until next time, see you guys later. Peace.